Gold Rush viewers have been following Parker Schnabel's development as a rookie, a teenager, for more than 10 years, thanks to his renowned grandfather John Schnabel into one of the most prosperous gold miners in the Klondike. His fearless demeanor, unwavering determination, and inherent leadership qualities have endeared him to viewers and made him a memorable character on the hit reality show Gold Rush, which airs on Discovery Channel. However, as the show is currently airing its 15th season, many die-hard fans are wondering if Parker Schnabel is planning to leave the show. Despite his continued prominence on the show, recent remarks from Parker suggest that he is beginning to seriously consider life after Gold Rush. While this lack of clarity may concern some of his admirers, Parker recently gave an honest interview in which he discussed his plans for the future and stated that he is unsure of what the coming years hold. Instead of looking back and seeing his time on Gold Rush as the pinnacle of his career, Parker is focused on what lies ahead. He made it clear that he doesn't believe his glory days are behind him. Instead, he views the next chapter as just as meaningful, if not more so, than what he's already accomplished. Instead, he views this moment as a natural transition point, a chance to consider new possibilities and explore new opportunities. Ambition, curiosity, and a willingness to take chances are what truly define adventure and success, not a certain TV show. The example given by his family helps Parker face the unknown with confidence. His grandfather John didn't begin mining until he was 65 years old, but he left behind a respected legacy that Parker still looks up to. More recently, Parker's father started a new business venture when he was 69 years old, and according to Parker, he is living his best life. These stories have deeply impacted Parker's mindset, teaching him that age is just a number and that there's no limit to when or how you can start something new. This forward-thinking attitude is vintage. At the beginning of Gold Rush Season 15, Parker is in the midst of one of the most significant projects of his career, but he is also hopeful about the future and brave in the face of change. With his recently purchased Dominion Creek claim, Parker set an ambitious objective of mining 60,000 ounces of gold over 6 years, which boils down to 10,000 ounces each season. This gigantic target would be difficult for even the most experienced miner to achieve. Parker was lucky enough to purchase the rights to mine Dominion Creek, which is more than just another claim. It is a historic piece of land. However, there is a catch. The water license required to operate on the site is only valid for 6 years, so he and his crew must make the most of every season. Time is of the essence, and failure is not an option. Thus, Parker would still have sufficient grounds to remain at Dominion Creek until the mining season concludes, regardless of whether Discovery were to terminate Gold Rush after the season. As mining difficulties escalate and important cast members encounter new hurdles, fans have often wondered how long Gold Rush will continue, but Parker is committed to completing what he started regardless of whether the cameras are rolling or not. Parker has made it clear that he does not rely on the show for his identity or success, although it has certainly elevated his profile and opened doors. However, if Discovery continues to document his progress at Dominion Creek, his work there offers a built-in arc for several more seasons. So, viewers could be in for a long ride, all the way through Season 20. Assuming Parker finishes the 6-year run at Dominion Creek, he will be 35 years old, but he has spent nearly 2 decades in the gold mining industry and built an empire that many miners could only dream of. His commitment to the work, regardless of whether it's televised or not, is what sets him apart. At the end of the Dominion Creek project, there will be a lot of changes happening. Parker could start a new business, travel the world, launch a new series about global mining adventures, or even mentor the next generation of miners. Who knows? Whatever happens next, given Parker, will be adventurous, unexpected, and driven by passion. So, is Parker leaving Gold Rush? Not yet, but he is definitely getting ready for life after the show. He is still fully committed to finishing his work at Dominion Creek, and fans can expect him to push hard toward that 60,000 ounce goal. but he's also opening doors that might not involve cameras or confessional interviews. One thing is for sure, Parker Schnabel is far from finished establishing his legacy, whether it's on or off the net. Deep down, he's still a miner, and his most exciting exploits will continue for more than 10 more years. As a teen mining prodigy, Gold Rush viewers have seen Parker Schnabel's career progress. At 30 years old, Parker has become one of the most prominent figures in the Klondike gold mining industry. He has made a reputation for himself in one of the most challenging jobs on the planet. However, his day-to-day activities may surprise people who think he lives a lavish lifestyle. While Parker's mining operations are enormous and worth millions of dollars, he lives a fairly modest life on a daily basis, in contrast to the extravagant lifestyles of many young billionaires. This was revealed in an interview that Parker gave recently. During the interview, Parker disclosed that he was staying on a friend's couch in Los Angeles for a few weeks, highlighting how modest his lifestyle truly is. He also doesn't own a home other than a basic living setup at his mine site. When asked about his typical indulgences, Parker had to pause and think because he doesn't spend much on material possessions. He prefers to keep things simple and grounded, focusing on what truly matters to him, rather than indulge in extravagant purchases or fancy toys. If you want to know how Parker Schnabel spends his money, you should look at the memories he makes. The things that bring Parker the most joy every year are the shared adventures, whether with his mining crew or his family. He values experiences more than material goods and loves nothing more than sharing them with the people closest to him. One of his favorite ways to spend money is on meaningful moments with friends and family. For example, he recently treated his father to a World Series game, which he considers a true splurge. Taking his team on group trips is something that Parker does on a regular basis. These trips are more than just vacations. They are opportunities for the team to bond. The Chernobyl crew would sometimes go on large hunting expeditions, and other times they would go to Las Vegas for a 3-day break. These trips are important to Parker because they allow him to reward his crew for all the hard work they do during the long mining seasons. He takes great pride in these outings, which are more than just vacations. They are a way to express his gratitude and celebrate the teamwork that has helped him achieve great success in gold mining. In his personal life, Parker is very frugal with his spending. However, when it comes to using the company credit card for work, he admits to being a bit more careless. His team has had to take the card away from him multiple times because he is known to make big investments in equipment or operations. Parker Schnabel's daily life mirrors his upbringing and the values he's carried since the beginning. He's still a little boy at heart, working hard and being loyal to his team, even though his bank account may show extravagant spending. It's funny how he's not afraid to invest heavily in his business when the stakes are high. His choices demonstrate a profound respect for life's simpler pleasures and a modesty that belies his rich status. Rather than seeking opulence, Parker Schnabel seeks purpose, experience, and the fulfillment that comes from creating something genuine, whether it be in the physical world or in the realms beyond.